Well, recently the daughter of one of our producers asked for a waist trainer. Apparently a lot of kids are wearing corsets these days to make their waist smaller. So is it just a fad? Or do some kids have serious issues when it comes to their body? And if so, how should parents talk to them? Joining us now is Dr. Nina, why do I do that all the time? Dr. Nina, y'all know her. She's been here plenty, and you always have so many great tips when it comes to parenting, parents talking to kids, kids talking to parents. And this body image issue, it's a real thing that's happening, and it's been happening for years, but the waist corsets.
Right. Like, what do you say when your child wants to wear, or your teen wants to wear that? Do you tell them no? And you can tell them no. And the thing is, with teenagers, what do you think they're going to do if they really want to wear it?
But it makes you wonder what has happened, what has led this girl
Khloe
probably
Kardashian.
to this point.
Khloe Kardashian.
What has led this girl to this point that she would want to do that?
Kardashian
And I think that what's great about the
Khloe
situation
Kardashian's 30 years old.
is it opens the opportunity for dialogue, because clearly she may have some body image issues. So it's sitting down with her, and talking about your body should be ongoing, but this is a great time to say, look, if you want to wear your corset, I can't stop you. You can go out of the house and put it on. But what I do want to do is talk about what is going on where
Where did this stem from?
you have some issues with your body, so let's talk about it. And there's a book called Comfortable in Your Own Skin, and what they do, there's an exercise you can do with your teenager and have them sit down, and it's a body reflection history, because they've received these messages since they were children. So you start off like, okay, and you write them down. Between 1st and 4th grade, what messages did they receive from parents, good and bad? What messages were they getting about their body from parents? And then it's like 5th through 8th grade is where peers are involved. What messages did you receive that are still instilled in your head? And I mean, I'm sure sitting here, you're thinking already, I got messages when I was a teenager, and I can remember those, and they're still embedded in my head.
And they don't only come from home, they come from peers, they come from
other people, other situations, and then you remember those. And then the teenage years, especially with the boys, what are they saying about your body? What are they making comments about? How are they treating you? So sitting down with your teen, writing all these out, and just going through it, let her processing all those negative thoughts and the good ones. That will be a big start.
I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I have a 16-year-old daughter, and she's thin and she's tall and she's perfect, but she will still make comments that, you know, certain areas that she's not happy with. Now, I've never heard of this corset, so this must be something really new. But what I just encourage her to do is just make good eating choices and to go to the gym and exercise, which is something that she should do regardless of what shape she's in.
Right.
It's good for her heart.
And I think that's a big part of it. You want them to be healthy, you want them to have balance, but you also don't want them to focus on the exterior so much. One of the things I do with my, in counseling is when I work with girls with, you know, esteem issues, body image issues, I have them buy I get a little photo album, like a flip, and you put a little card in it, and you focus on what are some positive qualities about you. And you can sit down with your teen and do this. Say, so they can carry this in their purse or wherever, something thin and easy, and just start writing out all the great qualities and talents and gifts that they have. So when they're having those insecurities, they can pick this up and just read through it. And it reminds them, it's not about the body.
How do we balance all of this with the inundation they're receiving of these images from the media, from their friends? You know, it's these kids, so much is on their physicality these days. They're wearing shorts up their behinds and stuff. As a parent, how do you deal with the issues that comes with that, from like what's coming from the exterior?
Right, all the social media and everything. And I think, Dawn, just being aware of that and really observing, what are they watching, what are they looking, what are they viewing at, because that makes an impact. A study was done where they put one girl in a room with beautiful women posters, pictures, magazines, and another girl was put in a room like that was empty. And then they would go, they said, okay, now come in for an interview. And it was asking them about their self-esteem and their body image. And of course, the girl that was sitting in the room with beautiful magazines and of women and everything had a lower self-esteem than the girl that was in that room just sitting there with nothing on the walls. So really be aware of what is your child or teen looking at, viewing, what is posted in their room. All that's influential.
With positivity then? Focus on the good.
Because you're certainly not going to be able to take them away from their cell phones. I mean, that's a joke. But you're not going to be able to take them away from Instagram and Snapchat and things that they're getting influxed with.
What if they're using that as inspiration, though? Inspiration to be fit.
Yeah, because I hang up pictures, and I did it when I was a young girl, of pictures of people that I thought were beautiful and people that I thought had hair that I wanted to be like, or style that I wanted to emulate.
Want to emulate, And
I think that's good. I think they're having some pictures, but if it's like, if you're inundated, all they're looking at is pictures all around them of just so much.
Get a Pinterest page.
It's a balance. You know,
it is, and I think a key too is just being a parent that's very aware of what's going on in their world and listening to keywords that they will say that may trigger a negative image that's coming in, and then like this great little idea here. I'm going to do that. I love that.
Yeah, and there's one more exercise they can do. When I work with sexually abused teenagers, they write down messages I've heard in the past and then messages they want to hear, and they can write that down. And again, it's just training the brain to think differently and say positive things about themselves.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Positive
Always
words.
so
You're
many
welcome.
great tips about
Yeah.
ways that we can help our girls and help each other. Thank you. So stick around because Dr. Nina, she's going to stay with us after the break. We're going to talk about parents with body issues and how they can avoid passing it down to the kiddos. Stay tuned.